In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a very effective treatment technique for ileus. And this technique I discovered myself throughout my own experiences in dealing with this very painful and very dreadful condition. And so I'm making this video in the hopes that it can benefit other people who are also dealing with the same condition. And actually, I was planning on making a more elaborate video on this topic where I go further in depth on my own experiences, because I think that can offer some greater perspectives on this very condition. And so if you want to stay tuned for that video, I suggest you subscribe to the channel, and I'll be making that video as soon as possible. But without further ado, let me demonstrate this very effective technique. So the technique is actually super simple. It doesn't require any fancy equipment. Although if you want some extra comfort, you can use an exercise mat and also some cushioning. Here I just have a folded up towel that I'm going to use for my hip bones. So let me just demonstrate. First, you want to lie on your back and then place whatever cushion you may have underneath your hips, like so. Not underneath your lower back, but underneath your hips. And then you want to place your arms out to the side. I like to place them at a 30 to 45 degree angle, like so. Next, you curl up your legs and you want to actively try to touch your knees to your chest, and this prevents you from arching your lower back. And with all core exercises, because this is mostly a core exercise, with all core exercises it is easier to engage your core musculature and also safer if you remove this arch in your lower back. You see, I can easily fit my hand through at my lower back, and so when we curl up, we actively remove that arch. So in essence, this is the starting position of the technique / exercise, and now we just simply rock back and forth with our legs, like so. This is 1 repetition, 2 repetitions, and so here throughout this movement we want to actively, as mentioned, keep our knees to our chest and not letting them drop like this, because otherwise we're going to compromise our back positioning. So try to actively keep your knees close to your chest and then get as far down as possible to the ground, like so. This is 1 repetition, 2 repetitions, and if you can't touch to the ground, just go down as far as you can while maintaining the positioning. And yeah, this is effectively the technique in a nutshell. And as you can see, it is very simple, and it is very easy to set up. So intuitively we move our legs from side to side in order to engage our core musculature. Actually, we use our core musculature to bring our legs from side to side, and this in turn is thought to incentivize and promote our intestine function. So we want to give it an extra push in order to in order to incentivize the intestines to function again. So yeah, that is the essence of the technique / exercise. And then in terms of how many repetitions you need to perform, then usually I would perform this technique indefinitely until I feel better, and usually that takes around 500 repetitions from side to side. And I know that sounds like a lot, and it is, but yeah, it takes patience and it takes some effort to I guess fix the ileus. And yeah, so a more tangible way of approaching this is to perhaps break it down into some sets of 6 to 10 repetitions. So the way that would look would be like so. I go back into position, and then I'll just demonstrate one set, 6 to 10 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And after your set, you can just take a quick break, maybe take a few deep breaths, and yeah, then as soon as you're ready again, you can do another set. And in my case, I would just do that indefinitely until I feel better. And yeah, it has been very effective in the last 3 cases that I had symptoms of ileus. And yeah, every time the issue was completely fixed. And usually I would say there's 3 different stages of recovery. So the first initial stage is arguably the largest hurdle to overcome, because this is the most painful stage. You're still feeling the excruciatingly painful stomach, and yeah, it is not very pleasant to perform this exercise. So yeah, I guess if you can overcome that first stage, then it's all going to be worth it. And so for the second stage, this is when you're going to feel gradual betterment. So here you can actually feel your pain levels decrease. And in this stage, ideally, you would want to hear any kind of grumbling or rumbling noises in your stomach. And this is a very, very good sign, because this indicates that your intestines are beginning to work again. Something is going on in there, and yeah, usually that's a sign of function, namely the sound. And then thirdly is the stage where you're actually feeling very much better. So maybe like only 5 to 10% pain. And in this stage, usually you would be able to let out a fart. At least that's what happens in my case, but it doesn't necessarily happen during the exercise, maybe sometime afterwards. And this is a very good sign also, because as with ileus, there's some kind of obstruction inside of the intestine, and neither gas, liquid, or intestinal content can pass through. So as soon as you can let out a fart, then it means there's passage in your intestines, and effectively your ileus has been, I guess, quote unquote, fixed. So yeah, that is mainly it. And I know it requires patience and also requires quite a bit of effort, but if you stick to it, you can, I guess you can try it out and see whether it works or not, and let me know what you think. I wish you the best of luck in treating your ileus. So peace out and good luck.